Hi everyone, it's Anne here from annshappystampers.co.uk and I'm back with a tutorial for you today, and I don't have a sample to show you. All I've got is my prototype, which is a bit rough and it's just made from some random paper. But basically it is just a kind of case box that opens up. I've just got some tissue in there. It's reinforced as well, and it closes itself, so it stays closed itself, and it's got a sweet little handle on the top, and that's what we're going to make. But we're going to make the bottom in card and the lid in DSP this time, and it's going to hold 3 of these Yankee candles, okay? And I'm going to be using the new Daisy Delight stamp set. Well, it's available on the 1st of June to customers, and the coordinating punch for this, and this is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to be using some of the matching DSP as well. Now, I've got my bits and pieces prepped. Now, you will need a piece of 12 by 12 for the base, and mine is a piece of soft sky, which is 12 by 12, and I've also got a piece of the daisy paper, which needs to measure 11 inches by 5.5. I have a piece of soft sky for our handle, which is 1 inch by 8 inches, okay? And I've already stamped out and heat embossed 2 of these flowers onto vellum, which I just, as soon as I saw this stamp set, I thought I have to try them in vellum, and I think they just look beautiful. So I've already done 2, we will be doing 1 more, so I have a piece of vellum for that. And I've also cut out a small whisper white oval, and in the same size I've just cut a piece of vellum. This is going to be a little tag that's going to hang from our little case. I'm also using some of these gorgeous new gold faceted gems and some of this beautiful ribbon, which is called, what's it called? Double stitched ribbon. That is gorgeous. So we're going to be, that's what we're going to be using. And from the stamp set, we're using the daisy, we're using Your Thoughtfulness Brightened My Day, and I'm also going to be using these 3 little daisies here. Okay, so let's get started with this. So we need to do our scoring first. So we're going to start with our card base. Not card base, the base of our little case. So it doesn't matter which side you put it in because it's 12 by 12. So on one of the sides you want to score it at 2.5 inches and 9.5 inches, okay? And this will be your side. These will be the sides of your box, okay? Turn it to the other side, and you want to score it again at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 10. Okay, now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 5 sections, and this end one here is smaller, and that is going to be the back of your box, okay? The smaller section is going to be the back, all right? And yeah, we might as well score our lid while we've got the scoreboard out. So let me find the measurements. So the lid, what you want to do is on the long side, you want to score 1 and 2 inches on both sides of the paper. So we're going to score at 1 and 2, and then we're going to score at, is that right? Yeah, and then we're going to score at 9 and 10. Okay, then turn it to the short side, and we are going to score at 1, 2, and 4.5. Okay, and then the same with this. You've got 2 score sections here, which will be the front of your lid, and you've got 1 which will be the back of the lid. Okay, and then take your little handle, and all you want to do is score let me see what I scored that at. I don't think I've wrote that down right. Yeah, so score each side at 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4, and just turn it round and score it at 3/4 again. Okay, so that's what you should have, and that's the scoring done. Right, so we'll concentrate on our base first. Excuse me. So we're going to fold and burnish. Alright, so like I said, the smaller section here is going to be the back of your box, because this is going to be the front and it's going to reinforce. That is going to be the back and it's going to reinforce. Okay, so starting with your smaller section, keep that on the left hand side, and this first box here, we're going to completely cut this away. Okay, and then just take a slight little wedge out of there, so you're just kind of cutting a little bit of on a bit of an angle there. Do the same on the opposite side. Okay, so that's what you should have now. And then you're going to remove these 2 here as well on your back piece. So again, just mite it in a little bit. And the same on the other side. Okay, and then you should be left with that, and then we're just going to cut up these score lines here, but I'm going to remove the actual score line, so I'm just going to cut either side of the score line so that I'm actually removing the score line. You can see that, so when you've done it, there should just be a really small little gap. I'm going to do the same with this one. And then turn it round and do the exact same on the other side. Alright, so what's going to happen is this is going to get stuck to here, okay, and this is going to get stuck to here. Now you'll notice that on the back there is a small little gap because the card isn't big enough, but this is going to be the back and you're not really going to see it inside by the time we put our, you know, tissue or your gifts or whatever, so don't worry about that. Having 3/4 of it reinforced is better than having none of it. That's the way I see it. Alright, and then the sides, they are just going to fold up. So you're going to have your middle piece in first, then you're going to have this along here and this along here, and that's going to face at the back. Alright, and that's going to be the base. So we need to pop some tape along here and tape along here first. And I'm going to use red liner tape because I want it to stick and not come apart. So I'm going to put a piece along there, and I'm also going to put a piece down either side. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same with the back piece. Piece along there. Alright, so that is the tape on. So we'll start by the wider one, which is the front of our box. We're going to stick these down first. Always one bit, isn't there? So literally it's just a case of just sticking it down. That's it. And just burnish, maybe just burnish that to make sure. And then do the same with the back piece. Just remove the backing. And just press this one down as well. And that's quite straightforward. Nothing much to that really at all. So that will be our box there. And then, like I say, this is going to come up here, and obviously the wide part is the front of our box. So I'm going to take this bit and attach it to there, and I'm going to take this bit and attach it to there, and I'm going to do the same on that side. So we want tape on there and there, okay? And on the other side it's just exactly the same. We want tape on here and here, so that is going to come and stick to there, and that is going to stick to there, okay? So I'm going to put the tape on and I'm going to stick it together, and I'll be back when it's done. Right, there we go. That is what you should have. Now, I've made a mistake. I went and stuck that the wrong way. So do as I say and not as I do. Because with this being the front of our box, like I said, that's the back, because that bit's shorter inside, the reinforced bit. You want to be sticking, make sure this goes this way so the seam is at the back. But I've gone and stuck it the wrong way, but hey, never mind, it doesn't look too bad. But that is what you want to be aiming for, so that is seamless. Alright, so you've got a really sturdy little box there, really strong, and it measures 2.5 by 7 inches by 2.5. So 2.5 by 7, so it's a really good size. Right, let's move on to our lid. Okay, so you've got one section here which is the back, and we've got a double section here which is the front, because the front and the sides are going to be reinforced. Okay, so we just want to fold and burnish as normal. And I mean, if you wanted to, you could make the lid in card as well. You don't have to do it in DSP. You could make it the whole box in card, or the whole box in paper. It's entirely up to you. I think it works just as well both ways, really. So we're going to start with the double sections here. We've got 4 little boxes in each corner. We're just going to cut straight up here. Okay, so there's our 4 boxes. We're going to remove these 2 boxes at the bottom, so we just have 2 now. Then we're going to cut straight up here, and we're going to get rid of this end little box here. So you should have that. Okay, and then we're just going to take a tiny little piece out of there and out of there, small little mitre there, and also a small little mitre there. Alright, and do the exact same on the other side. So cut straight up the score line, remove the 2 bottom squares and remove the end square. And just take a little wedge out of there, and it just helps it close better without bits of bits of paper getting in the way. So that's what you should have. Alright, then turn it round rather, and on this bit we've only got 2 little boxes, but we need to get rid of them. We don't need them, so I'm just going to slightly wedge in there, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to completely get rid of these 2 squares. We don't need them. Okay, and then we're just going to wedge in there a little bit. So that's what you should have. Okay, same here, a small little wedge there, and I'm going to completely get rid of these 2 squares and a slight little wedge out of there. So that is what you should now have. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these, and what we need to be doing is turning it round. You want to glue, we want adhesive on, turn it back, we want adhesive on our 2 little tabs there. So I think just for quickness, I'm going to use some fuse, plus it's only paper, so you want a couple of bits of adhesive on here, on both of our little tabs there. And then if we turn it round and we want a bit of, don't stick it to your grid paper, whatever you do. So we want a bit of adhesive down here. Alright, the same on this side, and on the front bit we want a long strip along here. Okay, and then we want to be sticking our little tab into there like that, this one into here like that, and then we just want to fold this down, and also our 2 sides, and then you should just be left with 1 back flap. So just press them down make sure they're stuck, and that will be the front of your lid. Now this little bit here is what's gonna happen is, take your box, remember to get it the right way. So you're gonna pop your lid on like so, and then this bit is actually going to stick to the back of the box, okay, like so. So you're going to pop some tape. Now you want to really get it right to the score line, so take some tape, and I'm going to put two bits on, actually, one near the score line, and I'm going to put the other bit at the bottom. So remove your backing, and then take your box and just pop your lid on as if you were going to pop it on, close it normally. Okay, so pop it on, and then just take, so your lid is on there, and then you just want to get it so it's straight, and then just stick it down like that at the back, and there is your lid, which is a great little fit really. So what I'm going to do is just run the bone folder along there, and that's your score line there, where, and then just press it on. Like I say, it's a tight fit, so it stays closed itself, no problems there. That's the back. So there we go. I think it's really sweet. And then what I'm going to do is pop my, I've got some gold shredded tissue here, and I actually make this myself just with tissue and a shredder. So I made some gold, so I'm going to put that in. Whoops. And then the candles will just sit on top of the tissue, like so, which I actually think that looks really professional. I mean, you can put in whatever you want in, but that's what I've got in. So I've got our little handle, so we're going to fold those down like so, because the handle is, no we're not, we're going to fold them up. No, that's right. Yeah, because we want it to be like this. So that is going to sit on the top of our lid like so. Okay, like that. But before I stick it on, we're going to do a bit of heat embossing. Oh, this video is going to be a long video, I think. I don't know why, it's just ended up that way. Right, we've got the three little flowers I told you about. And I'm going to wipe them with the embossing buddy. Wipe the card rather. I'm not going to go into the score lines, I'm going to start from the score line. And then in the Versamark, and what I'm aiming to do is just as straight as I can. I want the three little flowers just in the middle of the handle, and then They don't have to be perfect. It just makes it look more prettier. So I'm leaving a gap as well between each one. And there we go. So I don't know if you'll be able to see actually. There, yeah, that's what I've done. So I'm just going to quickly put some gold powder on, but I think before I do that, we're going to do our daisy as well. Then I can just go off and heat emboss them all together. So I've got my scrappy piece of vellum. I've got the daisy flower mounted, and I'm going to ink it up with some Versamark. This flower is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm just going to stamp it, make sure I've left enough room for the punch. You can see that? Yeah, there's our daisy. And also our little sentiment, we're going to stamp it with Versamark as well and heat emboss it with gold, so you know everything looks the same. So I've got the sentiment here. I'm just going to ink that up and I'm going to stamp that on our little oval. There we go. So I'm going to just pop off and emboss these all in gold powder, and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so I have heat embossed the other daisy because I'd already done two before. I've done the little sentiment and put the vellum over the top, and I've just slotted some of the gorgeous ribbon through. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So we just need to punch our flower out. I love this, it's absolutely gorgeous. So just get it in, just line it up, and I bet you I'm going to have to cut some of the vellum. Yeah, cut one of these corners off to catch them. There we go, so just line it up. And just punch that out. So what I've got is some glue dots, and I'm going to line the flowers up. So I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to just pop one on the first one, take the flower, and I'm going to basically position it in the gap. So line it up as best you can. So you've got that now, you see, absolutely beautiful. And then another glue dot and pop that in the middle, and then the last one I'm just going to go over, fill in a gap that I can see, which I think is in between the two petals, like that. So that is now what I've got. Okay, and then taking one of these gorgeous faceted gems, I'm going to pop the biggest one. Oh wow, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, wow. And then a couple of glue dots on the back. And what I did was I did the handle, like I said, so I'd heat emboss the little daisies, and all I did was I just put some glue on either side and I just stuck it down onto the box and the little handle, and it opens like that at the front. So I want to put my daisy, which you can put it anywhere, I want to put it in the middle about there. That's where, because I'm happy with just opening it like that, you know. But if you want, because now that it's got heavy candles in, when you lift it, it'll just open. So if you want to keep it closed, I would maybe suggest tying it round with ribbon, if you're putting something heavy in it like I have. But yeah, there we go. So really sweet, I love it. I think it looks really, really nice. You can put in whatever you like, but I think that makes a beautiful gift for somebody, you know. So there you go. Oh, missed our little tag. So the little tag, all I'm going to do is pop a little glue dot just on one of them, and I'm just going to slot one side through the handle, and then with the glue dot that I've just popped on, I'm just going to squeeze it together, and there we go. We've got our lovely little sentiment on our ribbon. Love it. So thanks for watching. I'll be back again on Wednesday with another tutorial. So until then, take care and bye for now.